Hey guys, my name's Angie, and today I have a very special guest today to talk about their experience between mental health and the prison system.
What's up, everybody? My name is Dustin Elizondo, Elizondo, and my inmate number is A698175.
Beautiful. All right, Dustin, how are you?
I'm good, Ange. How are you? Hi, Ange.
I'm good. I just have a couple questions that we're gonna run through, and people just really want to know
Yes,
your
I'm
insight
excited.
and just give you the spotlight to give you a voice to say what you've been through. So, very
Yeah.
first question is, how long have you been in prison for?
I've currently been incarcerated for, let's see, I got arrested in 2014, so 8 years.
8 years. And what sentence are you currently serving?
I was originally convicted of 3 counts of attempted murder and was given 7 years for each count, and they ran them wild or consecutively for a grand total of 21 years.
Damn. Okay. So Dustin, your third question is, how did your life experiences lead to where you are now? And like, what did you do to end up in prison essentially?
I think a lot of it has to do with just like final destination style chance, right? Like these are chances, like experiences that if given any one different outcome in any one different scenario would have changed the complete trajectory of my life. So I graduated high school with decent grades, had a scholarship, went to school to play sports, didn't like it.
You actually had amazing grades, just to be fair, because you were very
All
smart.
right, I had good grades, and went to school, didn't like where I was at, came home, tried to, do the little work thing, whatever, get a job, didn't like that, joined the Army, was enlisted as a helicopter mechanic in the United States Army, and then got sick randomly, weirdly, through no fault of my own, got a permanent medical condition discharge from the Army, and then through a series of a couple really toxic relationships, found myself in a lose-lose situation.
Right. And I also know like you're someone that your family doesn't have any past any criminal history, correct?
Right.
All right. So your sixth question is, do you feel regret for the crime in which you committed?
I feel remorse for sure. I'm definitely sorry for what I did. If I could go back, obviously knowing what I know now and knowing all the people that it's affected and that it's hurt, of course I would have not done it. But I don't know where I would have. I don't know if I would be alive right now had it not been for coming to prison.
Right.
The life that I was on, the path that I was on. So regret, sure. Remorse, yes. All those feelings that come with, the maturation process, right? Growing up and really understanding, like, it's not just all, can't just chalk everything up to a bad night.
Right. No, and also I remember like when I was talking to you is that, you do feel regret. And I think people who don't really understand the criminal aspect of people who are incarcerated, they always say like they just don't feel bad or they don't have any guilt or whatever the case is, they think they're right. It's wrong because prison changes how you look at your situation because you're constantly thinking about what you did. You're in a cell that's super tiny, divided, and you don't get to go out, and it's just a lot to think about in prison. So I think people really should change their perspective when they kind of view certain individuals. All right.
It's already, being here is already a consequence.
Right.
Being here is already punishment enough.
100%. 100%. All right. Number 7. How did you feel when you first were sentenced, and do you feel differently
This call
now?
is originating from an Ohio correctional facility and may be recorded and monitored.
I mean, I just couldn't believe it.
Right.
I mean, it was just complete awestruck denial. There was a lot of like, just everything just surreal.
Right.
You hear guys talk about, life bids or, doing forever in a day. And It just really, I mean, it's hard to even wrap your mind around, because I was 22.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I was 22 being told that I'm about to have to go spend my entire life, essentially, right? Essentially everything that I knew about my entire existence was about to be questioned or, relearned through a process of incarceration. You're about to go to the joint and go relearn everything about your entire life. Like your entire amount of time on this earth, you have to go repeat, and you have to do it behind a concrete wall surrounded by a razor wire fence.
Right. And it's also, I feel like at 22, I mean, your life is just starting, and to be locked up at that
Right.
age, is like you're missing out so much
Right.
in life. I can't imagine.
For 21 years.
Right, exactly. I can never imagine like mentally have like what you've gone through, and like that feeling of like the judge saying you have 21 years. I just
Mm-hmm.
a lot of hardship that follows. But has prison changed you and your outlook on life?
Yes.
And how?
How could it not?
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah.
You want to think like really altruistic values, and you want to think like, prison made me, a better person, and I think more, and I'm calmer, and I'm quieter, and okay, that's all cool, but prison fucked me up.
Right.
Prison, broke a lot of and excuse my language, I apologize, but there really is no other word for it, because messed me up is not strong enough. Screwed me up is not efficient. Ruined me as a person is not accurate, because I'm not ruined, right? But I think that I am forever affected, impacted, and will ever be changed by some of the traumatic experiences that have come with this life, right? And living this life and being a part of, seeing some of the things. I mean, I had never seen anybody die up to my incarceration. And in the course of my incarceration, I've seen 4 separate people lose their lives.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And so, that changes you. It changes your appreciation for life. It changes your appreciation for the interactions you have with authority. It changes your perspective on, control over your own life.
You have 1 minute remaining.
And just like she said, she controls our time on the phone. So,
right.
It is what it is. It's a very controlled environment and a controlled. So how many more questions did you have left?
That was the last one, Dustin. I'm just going to wrap it up right there. Thank you so much for sharing your experiences.
All right.
That you've been through.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Angie. Please make sure you tell all your friends, check us out on YouTube. Check out our YouTube page.
The Red Zone, as always. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
18, The Red Zone. All right, girlie. Have a good night. I appreciate you.
You too. I
appreciate you giving us a voice.
For sure.
All right. You guys have a good night. All right, bye.
Thank you for using GTL.